This is how I made 6 figures in 6 months when I first launched my business in November 6 months ago, and all of my little practical tips and advice. Warning, they're very unconventional and you'll probably scroll away at the first one. It's my advice and tips to anybody who wants to start a business and actually see revenue and see it quickly. So my first piece of advice / step, someone's gonna scroll away, I already know it because it's very unconventional, but is actually prayer. So I'm a firm believer that you will not succeed if you are not in your purpose, and I'm also a firm believer that God has a purpose for everyone. So if you are not spending your time praying to God, asking him to reveal that to you, then keep scrolling, because if you're not ready for that, then that's like key. I prayed to God to put me in my purpose for about a year, and I was obedient for that entire year and didn't really hear much from him, but I stayed trusting, I stayed praying, and then finally he spoke to me and told me what to do. That can get into, that's a whole other story of I heard God tell me what to do, and you can too. Number 2 is to understand marketing. So once you've prayed and truly feel like you're in your purpose and the business that you want to start is 100% yours, then the next step is to study marketing and study your product. Every product is also different. And when I say to study marketing, I mean, for example, we have Instagram and we have TikTok Shop. Both are the best way to bring in organic sales. Also forgot to mention, I built this organically with not one paid ad and built a brand new TikTok account to almost 16,000 followers as well. I can save you a little bit of time and just give you some examples. For example, if you were going into the beauty industry and creating a skincare or makeup product, TikTok Shop is going to be your best friend. If you're going into activewear or fitness, also TikTok Shop is going to be your best friend. Now, if you're creating a product that's more fashion or something more luxury, Instagram is going to be your best friend. The two just have different ways of selling. One, on Instagram, it's all based on like visuals and aesthetics and selling a brand image versus the actual product. And on TikTok, aka TikTok Shop, is selling the product versus the brand. So whatever you want to create, study which one is going to work for you, and then choose 3 similar brands that you love and just study them. I feel like that didn't make total sense, so I'm just going to use my personal example. So I'm an author. I wrote a Christian journal for women. And for me personally, books I knew were gonna sell on TikTok over Instagram. Now, my journal was not my original plan. That's a whole other story. My next step is to release a luxury product. Right now, I have pretty much 0 Instagram presence for my brand because it's solely based on TikTok Shop and marketing towards TikTok Shop. When I release my next product, it's going to be a fashion-centered luxury product, also in the Christian space. I'm going to be taking it to Instagram and really going hard on like the aesthetics, the reels, selling the brand versus the product. And of course the product will be so great, it's going to sell itself. That should be the goal, but I don't know if you guys can kind of like get what I'm saying. But my last tip is to take the risk. Again, if you are working with God and you know he has your back, then you know he has your back and you cannot fail. For example, I actually used 6 months ago, I had literally no savings, quite literally no money at all, actually. And I used my rent money to purchase my first set of books. I knew, God literally spoke to me, don't worry, I got you. Like, I knew that no matter what, I had no problem giving my last dollar to start this business because it came from him, so I knew it wasn't gonna fail. Since then, I've sold over 8,000 products in 6 months, grossing over 6 figures. I hope this helps somebody out there who wants to start a business, and if you guys have any questions, drop them below.